everyone. So this is kind of an awkward angle. I have you in some tree branches here. So I haven't updated you guys or talked to y'all in a while. So today I thought I should make a video and I wanted to show you guys our garden this year. So let's go. Okay, so this is the very first garden box we have. This year, Josh had made this greenhouse for the strawberries, and we vent it with this board here, and we take that off at night so no pests get in to eat the strawberries. And then he has it secured so the wind doesn't blow it over with this piece of rope and this little fastener. On the top, we have a nail in there with to secure a thermometer. Oh wow, that's my finger. And then we also have a fan that if this is closed, it'll help just vent and cool this place down a bit. So here is our strawberry garden. We've already picked just about 3 or 4 berries. And ignore all the animal noises that you'll be hearing in this video. But our strawberry crop is doing great this year. Still have some blossoms coming up. There's some berries. And this is a look at our strawberries. So right after our strawberries, our next planter box is our broccoli, which is this one here, this one here. Surrounding the broccoli, I have planted some potatoes. So they just surround the broccoli plants here. And these big guys down here are Brussels sprouts. And our potatoes this year are doing great. They're very tall, look very healthy. And then our broccoli leaves are very large right here. So the potatoes I started, they were about this big, had their roots going, and the broccoli and the Brussels sprouts both came as, I don't know the correct word, but they were plants when I planted them. How's Miss Shadow doing? Hi. Baby. Hello. So next up we have our tomato box. We had got these stakes, I don't know the correct name of them, and put some rope at the top, have some like, I don't know again, thread, I don't know, twine. And what we did is when the tomato plants get pretty thick, like the core stem, I guess, the stem, we wrap the string around it to help it keep its shape and pull it up so it doesn't want to lean to one side or the other. But these tomato plants, they're looking awesome. Quite a few of them do have blossoms on them. And then they kind of get smaller towards the end there. But as the tomato plant keeps growing, we just wrap the thread around it to keep its shape going up. So that's our tomato plant box. Right next to that, we have our onions. We have a lot of them this year. Aiden planted the onions on this side of the box, and Aniston and myself planted the onions on this side. Growing just kind of randomly in the onion boxes, I believe, are volunteer potatoes. And I say that because I didn't plant them in here. It was probably from the compost that we used, and they just started growing up in here. Onions are doing awesome. Very tall, strong, and that's a look at our onions. Our last box over here, we have the same type of layout as the tomatoes, and these are for our pepper plants. They're not doing too hot. They look like they're struggling a bit, but we do have several varieties of pepper plants going over here. Right here, and then down there, we do have some pea plants growing. And the pea plants are next to our trellis because they have these little tendrils and they want to climb upwards and they need something to wrap on to hold onto while they grow. So that's why we put them next to our trellis here. Our last box is our squash, beans, and corn. And it looks like we also have another pea plant growing here. So like this, he's starting to just do his own thing on the other side. So I'm just gonna loosely wrap him up against the trellis here, hoping his tendrils catch onto here and he continues to grow up versus trying to go out. So here is one of our summer squash plants. We started this whole box as seedlings. In the middle and over there, we have beans. This is one type of bean variety, and that's a different type of bean variety, and I believe that's another volunteer potato plant right there. So we didn't have luck with our first round of corn. I'm not sure what we did wrong, but none of our corn has sprouted. So we planted some corn seeds just the other day. But again, I think this is another potato plant just volunteering over here. Squash and our beans. And this is an overview of this box here. Now I'm gonna go show you our compost area. What are you up to? Hi, Sable. Goodness, so full of energy. So here we have our compost area. These are the boxes that we put our compost in. Food scraps or scraps just around the yard. This is from the grill the other night, some ashes like coffee filters, an old plant that didn't make it. That's just the type of stuff we throw into our compost here. We have lots of straw covering the ground to hopefully prevent weeds. So in the corners of our compost box, we have planted different types of herbs. This is a mint. Over here, I do believe is like lemon balm or something. He's not doing too hot actually. But we planted the herbs just for their fragrance to try to ward off pests and bugs and stuff like that. This right here, this guy, and over here we have some cucumbers that are going. On this next side, lining this compost box, I have some Swiss chard, followed by some cabbage plants. This right here, this is a fennel. Again, another herb to hopefully fend off any pests that we have. Quite a few volunteer zucchini plants. So again, we didn't plant any of these zucchini seeds, but they probably came from our compost bins and just washed out, and then they germinated from there. Same setup as the other compost boxes. Swiss chard here. There we go. Cabbage. That's very bright. Cabbage. And then some more fennel. Again, not doing super hot here. We have some more volunteer zucchini plants. And then in here I have planted watermelon and cantaloupe from seedlings. I did that just the other day, so nothing has germinated quite yet. So over here we have a rosemary plant. Another rosemary right here. And then we have a hay bale right here. This was a pepper plant we've transplanted a couple times. We brought it inside last year before it frosted in the fall time. Had it inside all year and just transplanted it back outdoors. He's still producing his peppers, but he's not doing too hot over there. I also wanted to show you my citrus trees. So Josh got me these about a month ago, I would say. They've been outside ever since. I think we brought them inside for 2 nights when the temperatures got a little too low for them to stay outdoors. Honestly, I have no clue what happened to this guy. He was doing good, even had some new growth going, and I have absolutely no clue what happened. But this was a lemon tree. Here's my other lemon tree that's doing pretty good. Got some new growth going. And then these two are lime trees. Probably need to do some research on what's going on here. But he's got some new growth. This one's not doing as hot, but he doesn't look like he's doing terrible over here. So up against the south side of our house, I planted a few more things. These are some extra potatoes that I wasn't really sure in garden boxes where they should go, but I believe I have 6 or 7 pepper plants here. They are fairly large, super healthy looking, and I think they are doing great. Here comes Miss Shadow again. We planted 3 blueberry bushes last year. Here's one of them. And here's the second one. This one's doing the best out of all of them. They had some blossoms going, and I'm not sure if birds came to eat them or what happened, but not all of our blossoms stuck around. And then if we keep moving down, this is our 3rd blueberry plant. I'm not sure if this is a weed, an herb, a flower, who knows what, but it doesn't seem to be a weed. Like, to me, It doesn't look like a dandelion or anything like that, so I wanted to keep this and see what this grows into. Here's a little pansy I planted who's hanging in there. The last thing I wanted to show you, this is super random and ignore the scooter behind it, is just these other pansies that I planted that have actually survived and have done pretty well outside for the past couple of months. So that is a tour of the garden and the plants that I have around the house. Here's our little kitty. Hey, bud. Another one. Here they come. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.